I'd like to share a passage of a letter sent by the Honorable Patrick J. Murphy, Acting Secretary of the United States Army. Secretary Murphy was a passenger on Amtrak 188 the night of the tragedy. While his schedule prevented him from being here tonight, he asked that we share these words with you. I will never forget the events of May 12th, 2015. Above all, we must never forget the 8 people who lost their lives and all those injured that tragic evening. It is the job of their fellow passengers on train number 188 and all of us to carry on their memory. Thankfully, Philadelphia's fire and police departments were quickly on scene, rescuing the tragedy's innocent victims, taking control of the chaos, and putting the lives of the victims first, before thinking of their own safety. Watching the professionals instinctively run into danger, and then experiencing their hands protecting and guiding us to safety, we Philadelphians are fortunate to have such guardians standing watch. As we memorialize the victims on this somber evening, let us commit to carry on their memory. We Philadelphians are the strongest of communities. This tragedy has already taken 8 lives. We must stand fast and not allow it to take 8 memories. Let us carry on their memories. It is my honor to welcome Deputy Chief Anthony Schneider to the podium to recognize our first responders. Deputy Chief Schneider worked as incident commander for a significant portion of the initial response. As Secretary Murphy said, we are fortunate to have such guardians standing watch over us.
Good evening and welcome. It's hard to fathom it's been a year. To some of you, I'm sure it's been a lifetime. It seems that only last week that Amtrak 188 left the tracks, leading many of you on a journey you never expected when you woke up that day. To all of those who survived the crash, your families, and to those families who lost loved ones, I wish to say to you that you are all in our prayers. I wish to tell you about some of the people who you know now have a bond with, a bond made of fibers that no one can break, no one can describe. Whether it was a police officer, firefighter, paramedic, EMT you had interaction with, we all became family that fateful night. I believe that some of you even got the names and numbers of your rescuers and have had some contact with them. We in Philadelphia, police, fire, EMS, and many others got to meet you on what was most likely the worst night of your lives. I know that there has been loss and suffering, and I'm here to tell you that although we can never feel your pain, anguish, or suffering, we do suffer with you. I want the survivors and family members of those who were taken so suddenly, and about the people who go to work day in and day out about helping others. Whether it's service and dedication, serve and protect, hundreds of first responders arrived that night with one thought on their minds: to help someone. I got to see that night many selfless deeds done with little or no regard for their personal safety. I can tell you that at one point I wondered, how was I going to keep them safe and the accident victims safe as well? With that said, I'd like to recognize the following companies, divisions, entities, and individuals who are especially critical in the rescue and relief efforts. The Philadelphia Fire Department leadership, under Commissioner Derek Sawyer, Deputy Commissioner Jesse Wilson, Deputy Commissioner Robert Corrigan. The Philadelphia Fire Department Incident Management Team during the Amtrak 188 crash initial operations, Deputy Commissioner Robert Corrigan, Battalion Chief Vincent Mulray, Battalion Chief Rodney Wright, Philadelphia Fire Department Field Incident Technicians, Lieutenant Joseph Gardner, Firefighter Kevin Clancy, and Firefighter Thomas Robinson. The PFD companies that responded as part of the first alarm, and some of those members are standing behind us tonight, from Engine 7, Ladder 10, Engine 70, Ladder 15, Engine 28, Engine 52, Ladder 16, Medic 22, and the Special Operations Command and companies under Deputy Chief Craig Murphy, Squad 72, Squad 47, and Rescue 1. And a special thank you to all other responding Philadelphia Fire Department companies and medic units that responded and worked that scene. A total of 4 alarms were struck that night. We also want to honor Philadelphia Fire Communications Center members, Philadelphia 2nd Alarmers under Chief Greg Massey, PA Task Force 1, a component of the National Urban Search and Rescue Response System under FEMA, Canine Search and Rescue Handler Eric and his dog Wyatt behind me here, Philadelphia Police Department leadership, former Commissioner Charles Ramsey, Commissioner Richard Ross, the police officers of the 24th, 25th, and 26th districts, as well as every police officer that responded as part of the Philadelphia Police Department's citywide response. My understanding that it was just about everybody that was working that evening and everybody else that could be called in. The SEPTA Police Department, SEPTA Storeroom and Supply Chain, the SEPTA Railroad Division and SEPTA Surface Transportation, the Amtrak Police Department, the City of Philadelphia Department of Emergency Management, the American Red Cross Eastern Pennsylvania Region. Each and every one of those members of every one of those entities and organizations takes pride in what they do. But the night of May 12, 2015, they honored themselves, their families, their loved ones, and those impacted here by how they did it. God bless and thank you.